winner out of a lot of situations. As we head into draft here for our game, Zon versus Targon, our first game of the week.
Immediate Shen ban as we get into it for Chopples. This is a target ban. And I just want to elaborate a little bit on what you said. And I think TJ's style, he really has come into the LCC through Season 2 and played very conservative lane phase. Looks to avoid trades that are going to potentially leave him unable to lane and like continue to gain experience. TJ is a conservative player. Okay, I can turn the music down a little bit. Thank you.
Also, thanks for the sub, Jordan. Appreciate it.
Oh yeah, appreciate
Welcome back.
you.
Welcome back.
Thanks for coming back to it, Ace. But so we've got the bands continuing. We got Ivor and Band coming through against
Shen and
Whittle Guy,
Kennen
TJ. These are just signature bands, nothing
But
unexpected.
the Shen and Kennen for Chappell's.
Yeah, dude, I told you, it's guaranteed. We have a Vayne hover, so this would be against
Agateo.
Yeah, Agateo. It just hit me that it's Agateo and Choffles,
On the same team.
They got approved for this sub, huh? First one.
Yeah, we'll
Respect.
see how,
I'm stoked.
We'll see how it goes. I think Targon seems to me like a team with all the pieces, but can they get their puzzle together? Can they get things lined up and have a successful season? Because I think it's all there somewhere, but it's still kind of murky in the water. It hasn't settled yet, and I don't think that they're happy with how they're playing yet.
Yeah.
All right, Syndra is going to be first pick blind for blue side. This is probably going to Lowell.
100%. It's the only person on the team that
I was going to say 99, but yeah, we'll put it at 100.
It's 100. I'm informing you now that unless they're intentionally trying to sabotage me and throw their game, that will be going mid lane to Simon.
So, what are some good Syndra counters that Minty plays? I mean, this could be, if he wants to get aggressive, he could play Ahri.
I think it's an Ahri or a Lux angle.
I think Lux
That's
is
what
the
we're going
other
to be
one.
looking at.
Yep.
The other answer is Galio, who is not banned on the board. I think Minty is going to play one of those three characters unless it's, to intentionally make me look foolish.
I don't mind Galio when Agateo's in your match either. That's something that Yoni actually
And
picked up.
combined with Trundle, who really wants to get in
Kaisa.
there, and the pillar can hold them down for your hero's interest.
Yeah, so the Trundle is interesting to me. I don't know where this Trundle is going, because it could go top, it could go jungle. It's a bit of a flex. I'm expecting it to go jungle based on what we've seen in the early parts of the season. And the Kaisa for Agateo.
This is a Trundle jungle. I'm pretty solid on it, and it's going to be a Kaisa for Agateo, who picked up. This was his highest kill champion of season 2, right?
Yeah, also, his best champion in terms of his micro mechanics. Definitely, he was able to outperform the best on it.
That one Zoni's highlight we have from our highlights.
He just got great decision making in the team fights on this champion. When to endless pursuit or when to endless hunger, right?
Pursuit.
Endless pursuit. It's a really important part of Kaisa's kit.
Hold on. There's a Heimerdinger locked in.
Yeah, I think this is Heimerdinger jungler, because this is something that Whittle guy he picked up. He wanted to play an AP heavy clear jungle, and
it's got to be either Yoni or Whittle. You're right.
No, I think it's Whittle.
No, that's so funny.
The
I
thing
was
is,
not aware of this.
When he started playing Heimer jungle, it was kind of a meme.
Set for Choffles.
And then he just won on it like 12 times in a row, and so now it's like one of his thing.
Well, we had a Teemo jungle, we had a Fizz jungle, now Heimerdinger jungle, and this is not the Bucks.
Yeah, yeah, we don't know.
Jag's speechless at the moment from this pick.
Well,
Whittle guy has stumped him yet again.
A lot of what Whittle has done so well for his teams has been a frontline engage button, and Heimer does not do that. So I am a little bit hesitant to see how this actually works in practice, because I do think that this team needs a voice, and that voice was Whittle, and it's going to be hard for him to make those decisions on Heimerdinger. I think it's going to fall to Yoni in this team.
I think one of the impacts, though, that Whittle got, I agree with you, it's that hard engage. As we get into the bans, there's Vel'Koz coming through, as well as Caitlyn, and Jarvan taken away from Whittle guy. So not a full belief from Targon that this Heimerdinger is indeed in the jungle. And
that is true. They
totally
could be
fair.
Baiting, they could be flexing for us. This could just be, a Heimer support, right, that they flex to. But look at the chat. I mean, all of chat thinks that it's Heimer
I think
jungle.
it's very viable. I see what you mean, and I know Ben. I think Whittle guy would pull out a Heimerdinger like this, but I'm worried about the ability to impact bot lane.
Yeah.
Because he is commonly down there. He's going through lane ganks. He's going through tri brush. He is trying to influence that lane. And I wonder, how does Heimerdinger jungle play? Is it kind of like old York jungle where he will just lane with somebody for a little bit and like throw out a bunch of push, leave turrets so they can't like take a fight, but then he needs to
I think
go
it plays
to
a
the
lot
jungle.
like Zyra jungle.
Like, do you max turrets? I guess
I'm not
probably,
sure
right?
what he max. Probably turrets.
It's got to be turrets.
But, you know, I think it plays a lot like Zyra, where you're just confident in taking all these neutral objectives because you deal so much consistent damage throughout it. You know, that being said, I think just because he's found it works in solo queue, I'm not sure it will work here in the league.
So he's got to have to tank the creeps. He's got to tank the camps so that the turrets don't die, I'm sure. But it's interesting. I want to see if he goes for any ganks with his with upgrade his ultimate at level 6 using the concussive grenade.
Here's the Ahri. The Ahri is the answer.
Because that is actually his angle to engage. That's his way to go. Because that's longer. A concussive grenade with upgrade is longer range than Scatter the Weak from Syndra. So we got a Jhin Seraphine. This is putting all of the frontline responsibility on TJ, so I hope he is up to the task. Cho'Gath is one of his signature picks in the LCC. We've seen him develop a lot of confidence on this hero, but of course, playing into set Trundle is a double counter pick situation.
Yeah. I'm pretty worried about this comp for Zon, and so I'm gonna need them to prove me wrong. Jhin Seraphine, a strong lane. I just don't see a lot of support gonna come from Heimer. Syndra also steady in lane into Ahri, but I think Trundle's gonna have his choice of the pickings on which lane he wants to gank, and Braum is the last picked here. This is for Oregon. Kai'Sa Braum, not a good lane into Jhin Seraphine, so they are seeding lane here, but they definitely with Set and Kai'Sa and Braum, they'll have the stronger team.
We're also getting Braum with the shield to be able to block Seraphine ult, Jhin ult, Syndra Scatter the Weak, and ult, Heimerdinger, concussive grenade. Like Braum is a very powerful
the Seraphine's encore will be the most important ability.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
I have to click on that. Yeah.
Minions have
A little
spawned.
further. Yeah, that's good.
All right.
I think we're set. I think we're good.
All right.
Pulled up. So, how do junglers buy health pots? One of them did not. Classic.
Yep. The Whittle guy, who will be, I assume, tanking. I guess let's tune into Whittle guy. See how this jungle Heimerdinger operates. So, triple turret set up. He's got these placed fresh so that you get the no, did he place them fresh? I'm not sure. I believe when you place them initially, they get an increased attack speed bonus. So let's check on the lanes, but very curious to track the Heimerdinger. Let's see what's going on with that.
Jaffle's no stranger to playing against TJ either. Did play against him back in Season 2. Has no, not scared of it here. Is massively winning level 1 trade. It's going to help him take early advantage. Our bot lane, the early level 1 is won by the double range lane, which we knew it would be. Braum pretty bad at level 1. So Seraphine taking advantage of that range. And they are going to push in here. Let's see what Dragon does. Onto his second camp, or his third camp actually. Both of them now clearing their wolves. Let's see what the decision is. This might be the first time they might throw a little wrench in the plans. It does look like Curie comes down into the bot lane. The ping is there. And they are going to gank bot lane for the 5th week in a row.
Do you know, like, in the jungle, you know how you can have, like, the recommended view? So, yeah, no gank will occur as he is standing on vision.
Yep, a good ward there. Spots him on vision. So a lot of time being wasted here as they must call off the gank. And so Whittle already a camp ahead now on his clear. He is going to begin to push forward and take advantage of that.
So reusing the turrets here as he moves between camps, but we'll have 1 or 2 available as he goes through the Krugs. Soon after this, TJ taking an absolute wallop from Choffles, and then the Haymaker will be dodged out. Ignite burned as well. So nice flash blown for Ignite. Choffles will be very happy with that trade. He's also going to get the teleport if he does not get a first blood right here. Looking for the solo bolo.
Flash forward, the grab in, and it is going to be a solo bolo in top lane for the returning championship winning top laner. Chaffles gets on the board here for Targon. That's a big one, honestly, and this could get out of hand pretty quick in this top lane. Cho'Gath doesn't have a lot of many ways back in the matchup. Set just wins it for a long time, and if you give him too much gold, it's forever.
And even if you get yourself big and you beat out a Set, he turns your own success into a weapon, throwing you at your own team. It's a rough life, this Cho'Gath into Set matchup. And I gotta say, it must have been prepared against, but perhaps it's just out of practice or just deciding to prioritize other picks that they banned out against. Because Chaffles took brunt to the bans yet again, even though he has been off the stage for a while.
Yeah, I think you've just got to give it the respect that it's due, and it looks like Dragon is here going to try and find one more as Shaffles has pulled the wave into a nice spot. TJ down low again, Haymaker will miss, and this kill will go over to Dragon, so they donate it this time to the jungler, but already 2 kills topside, and Zon falling apart a little bit early on, 4 minutes in. We'd love to see them stabilize. As the rest of their lanes seem to be going just fine, pretty much neutral across the rest of the map.
Within one CS.
Our engage here, as both Oregano and Agateo will walk forward. The concussive blows from Braum did proc onto Inferno there, but at the end, after a couple stuns go out, they do just walk away. But a nice little trade there. Nice to see Agateo and Oregano getting some blood on their hands, ready to fight.
Good commitment from Agateo there to finish the passive procs. We saw the huge burst when the W finished, popped that damage. Yoni almost out of mana. And as you mentioned, the lane's really looking even. Pressure still in Simon the Well's favor. We can see that through the mana results. But the CS not growing for him, but the resources available just in general are greatly favoring the well, so we may see as level 6 comes through
like
that
Minty
is forced to reset, and here we go. So reset out from Minty Bun in this mid lane. And we haven't talked about the junglers in a moment. We have them both approaching down to the bot side. There's a red ward in the Pixel Brush. Reganin looking for some pressure, trying to perhaps bait something out. But Whittle Guy just hard clearing is at 40 CS.
Yeah, both bot laners
results
here.
of our failed first gank.
Both bot laners here for Zon, too low on mana to really be calling for a fight. So Whittle just here on a bit of a cover. Pings down now onto the early dragon, and it looks like they might set up, and this is what Zyro's kind of known for, is being able to take these early neutral objectives alone. Yep. And it does look like Heimer works in a similar fashion. He is, of course, spot on the pink word, but
not going to be concerned about it.
Start it anyway. Okay, so something important to note, Targon's bot lane did get the reset in, and so if a fight breaks out, Targon's bot lane has bot. They do have fresh items. I'm not sure what they have, but there are 4 from Targon. Coming in here, it is the dash in, but instantly counter-rooted. The charm does land onto Yoni. Nice dashes from Minty to find 2. It's already 2 going over both to Agateo. Scatter the Weak from the well is too late as a triple kill goes over to Targon. And despite the dragon for Zon, that's a massive swing for Targon. I mean, I feel like Zon just got overzealous there trying to force that.
Yeah, I think they got away with the dragon, but then on the back end of it, just Targon are coming to the area. I mentioned that it would be difficult to take ground away from Zon Plague, but I think I was proved wrong here. They just push their way forward and take the kills.
Yeah, I mean, I think the item, the differential in purchase power...
You did mention that.
It's pretty significant, and they just really didn't have a way to fight back. And then also the other thing is Minty roamed over quicker than Luell. Luell stayed in lane, so does have that XP advantage. But now look here, Chaffle's trying to find a play here.
Yeah, looking for some pressure on a Whittle Guy, smites away the blue. Not able to successfully pressure that out. Yeah, I was about to say, I noticed that Ignite was cast. So really kind of just get that pressure out on the Whittle Guy, perhaps looking for the all-in, but drops the Ignite and Whittle Guy is able to sneak away.
So 3 kills onto Kaisa, and then 2 kills topside. It's 5-0 here for Targon, and it's a substantial lead for the Titans, who absolutely are underdogs in this matchup, but for some reason just have Zon's number historically.
Yeah, TJ takes pressure from Dragon, but Dragon is up here alone. Chaffles is returning from base. TJ's committed to the fight. He's wondering if maybe Dragon is all alone. Subjugation comes out.
Flash is going to come out. So much health being drained away, but he will get away with a sub 100 HP.
It's close.
But so Flash for Flash as Dragon gets top lane Flash, and that's just going to put Chaffles even further ahead. Chaffles is going to get to free hit this tower. I wouldn't be shocked if we see first tower going down topside for Targon. And this is a way that they could really push an advantage here. Already up 2k gold. They're going to be looking for ways to accelerate this early lead that they've found. And that's going to be by unlocking both Chaffles and Agateo around the map. But their players are set in a position to carry this game.
So let's check in on that top lane. Tower damage. We have Chaffles up here. Tower drops 2 plates, and we have engaged from red team, from Targon onto this first spawn.
Take a look at our junglers. Very important play being, going here. Whittle, knowing that his team is down 5-0, in absolutely no position to fight. Their assignment is sit in lane, soak up XP, and soak up farm. Meanwhile, the neutral objective naturally going over to the team that's in a stronger position, so he takes a massive bite out of his opponent's sandwich here by taking multiple camps spot side. But we do see an all-in down low as level 6 is hit. Inferno level 7. The charm does land onto Agateo from Yoni. A nice counter as everything is going to come out, but the concussive blows follow-up nearly kills. Do these shots land? That's the second. That's the third. Will the fourth hit? As the double kill for Inferno. And Zon bounces back here in the bot lane. What an outplay from the two of them. Inferno and Yoni showing up for their team.
I think this is the definition of trying to play strong side. As Minty Bun will discover Whittle Guy on the bot side. They had no idea he was stealing the jungle until just now. But a confirmation will land the follow-up from Minty Bun. Forced Soul Rush away. Spirit Rush. And he will escape.
Yeah, Inferno just missing that CC chain. Just expecting him to dash back a bit from that grenade bounce. But yeah, I think that kill could have been secured if that had been landed.
I think all that comes down to great timing, and it feels like probably a call from Whittle Guy. Just judging by how I was following the Heimerdinger. Never mind.
We're going to try and take advantage, and this is classic LCC where you have a good play and it's ruined by staying too late. And Agateo gets his 4th on the board here for Targon. And a good heads-up play from Oregon to all in instantly and guarantee that kill for his team.
They know that the opening is there.
Just an overstay, and we see that happen all the time in the LCC.
Yeah, but it's a common occurrence, unfortunately. Even when sometimes it's hard when you know you're doing it and you just gamble it anyway. But we can really see the effect of those kills in the top side and the CS difference. A full 1,000 gold lead purely out of the top lane, and we look at the top of the board. That's the difference that we have between these two teams. So any other differences throughout the lanes are a wash. Most of our advantage for Targon at the moment is through Chaffles. And of course these 3 grubs.
Well here. Scout of the Week does land on a Minty. There's the Unleashed Power. He's one shot, but it is just not enough. The flashing from Minty does secure the kill. Lowell with a nice pickup there will mean that both AD carries flash, but only one of them walks away with the gold. A nice find for Zon here, and 3 kills on the board. This has got, the gold in their pocket now. It's starting to feel like they might have a fighting chance in this game.
Yeah, no eyes on the dragon at the moment, but they did see Whittle Guy walking to the pit, the well walking on a vision now. There are 4 here. 4 Zon play.
Yep, dragon on the reset, and Minty coming out of base after dying. So Chaffle's left to go all in topside. Is going to proc conquer, a nice little find, but this should be an easy dragon here for Zon, and that's their second. So they are doing a pretty good job of dragon stacking here. Whittle has not had a very large impact on the lanes this game, but steadily, look at the CS advantage that he's picked up over Dragon, and already two dragons in a state that you would say they're probably losing. Another one. Chaffles with a huge oppressive solo kill. Downs TJ for the second time this match. Yeah, and he's got the level advantage here. He's going to showstopper, pull him in, and just the rupture lands, but it's too little too late. TJ goes down for a 3rd time.
Yep, and that gold advantage continues to grow, 4,700 to 3,200. So ballooning between these plates, the CS advantage and these kills.
Reganin is half, but is going forward here. A nice counter back, and they're finding so much chip damage. This Jhin already with a completed item just does so much damage here early on.
Yeah, Ace, I gotta say, it's noticeable that in previous seasons, that double kill might have been a double kill the other direction. But Inferno playing back, using the cleanse, it wasn't a perfect cleanse by any means, but getting back behind the tower and then dropping the curtain call, it was a very heads-up, patient play. As Minty Bun takes a huge chunk of damage from the ultimate power from Lowell. but not quite enough to finish off the kill.
Unleashed power, but he's only got the Ludens. And he did get the Ludens proc, but just needing to find a little bit more as Oregon is taken low. Again, Dragon is here, only level 8. What are they able to find? Chaffles this time, bringing in the backup as Yoni does land the CC, but it is not going to be enough.
It's a massacre. Look, you even have 2
4-man
wards
dive
in
bot
bush.
lane. Yeah, beautiful deep teleport play as Chaffles assists his team there, coming in as a substitute, finding a good play.
Yeah, CJ will find his first damage on the top tower, trying to even things out, pick up a little gold for himself.
It is 2 free plates for TJ.
It is 2 free plates.
He's completely losing that lane, and this helps him get back in the game.
Yeah, but I'm eyeballing his build, and he's going for a Riftmaker again, and I don't know that I like Riftmaker against Truffles. I haven't been playing Shogath as much.
Oh, he's the only tank on his team.
I'm concerned for Whittle Guy right here as Dragon moves over. Minty Bun, they don't know, but he's going to know in a moment.
There it is, spotted. Oh, he does miss the grenade. Here comes the pillar. A nice flash over the wall, but he didn't know Oregonin is there as well, and he's tagged with a Winter's Bite. Dragging the flash over the wall. Says, that's my jungle. Gotta defend your jungle.
Yeah,
he finds a kill there.
To take on the back end, but that's going to be a free one, and Whittle Guy sent back to the bench.
Yeah, Lowell and Inferno have looked like the 2 best players so far this season and so far in this game for Zon Plague. They are, kind of backs against the wall here as topside is letting him down a little bit early on. But it's anybody's game still, but 10 kills for Targon. You got to be happy with their performance up to this point.
Man, look at this brave little ward out here from Oregon.
Yeah, once you're ahead like this, your carry's got 5 kills and an ability to show up wherever you are with that ultimate. Feel free to play like that. Lowell is assigned bot lane here. There is not a tower taken down outside of top lane, but he's already given up mid. Meanwhile, Chaffle's going to be looking for another play.
I was going to say, not necessarily in danger of dying at the moment, but will flash out regardless, trying to make sure he keeps his HP up. He's gone for a Riftmaker, and I mentioned that, okay, curtain call coming out.
One more.
Minty, one more, and there we go.
Huge.
Is that a
play.
solo bolo?
Yeah, I feel what? Yeah.
I don't know how much Yoni did there, but that felt like a solo bolo for Inferno on Minty, playing confidently in this week 5 match.
He had ultimate as well, just saving it for the next fight. Minty thought he could get out.
He's trading with this Storm Razor and just finding these poke plays and then rotating back.
It's huge.
Use the curtain call.
I mean, look at this, and they've pulled attention mid lane. This is going to bring down Chaffle's bot lane. Look at the macro that's happening for Targon.
They've gone for an early rotate compared to
Whittle knew that this would happen. So here's the showstopper in, and Lowell flashing out, but flashing the straight line is still just going to take the brunt of that damage. Whittle is there with the ultimate, with the mega turret, but it's just not enough. Chaffle's taking over this game, dominating in any lane that he shows up in.
Yeah, these Swifties are going to make him quite a threat for the
as he
rundown, and it's a
finds
quick
one more.
1-2 punch. Another solo bolo in the bot lane.
Oh, man. Yeah, Whittle and Lowell. That was a rough moment for them. I think they're going to want that one back. This is looking Targon favored for sure, so we'll have to see if they're able to close this one out. I think there is still, ways. I mean, 2 dragons here for Zon. I'd love to see if they can force flips or at least force team fights.
I can tell you, saying, you're getting strong, but I can still cancel you. I got more kills than you.
Also, the Kraken is interesting because there's no tank with the Riftmaker on Cho'Gath. I mean, there's no, what value are you getting out of Kraken? I feel, a different item could be built there.
I kind of feel like for Kaisa, sometimes it's these prepared builds that are a little bit less flexible when you're trying to hit the specific breakpoints for your upgrades. But I'm not sure.
Kaisa can just build anything in the game.
A brave look from TJ in the bot side with the dragon up. He's got a ward. He sees them coming from the pixel bush, but runs straight at Choffles. I gotta imagine Choffles could have just turned on him and killed.
I think he had to have sussed out that Lowell was there as well, and so the fear of both of them. But his team was there as well. I think they would have just won that. Inferno now being forced back a bit. Flashes out from both Yoni and Inferno as the disengage is called. Oregon and Minty together as a team. Lowell trying to find some damage. Charm missing from Minty. They do have quite a bit of damage here in the mid lane, but it is another disengage from both of these teams.
That's TP down for both solo laners onto the Zon Plague. And really nothing off the back of it except for clearing some waves, and now we're looking to move over to the top side. They were here first, and
So much
trying
chunk
to
damage.
secure the section.
Minty finds a charm onto Lowell on the back, but it will be Unleash Power as Lowell picks up one of his own, and this is going to be objective secured. Feast on cooldown, so not getting a stack on the TJ, but a nice little pick there. And I think the team that's down in momentum, down in pressure, down in gold, able to pick up the neutral objective.
Yeah, and that's what I meant about, you know, if they're at the area first, it's difficult to walk into them. It's a Reganin, it's the same, neither team has a very strong engage unless Choffles is the one doing it, and he's not there to open up that fight for them, and I think they pay the price for it. Choffles, of course, on the screen again, running down TJ in the top
This
side.
should be TJ's death. A Rupture there to try and find his way out, but it probably just won't be enough. Showstopper is going to try and turn 1 into 2. But the Rupture will at least mean that Whittle is able to get out. That's flash down from Whittle on the escape there, just trying to see his top laner out. And it's another kill from Chaffles. The set is a problem they don't have an answer to. I mean, the rest of them, they can try and find ways around set, but they don't have an answer to set.
There's also just not a body. We have Shogath, who's building, he's going to get a lot of HP naturally from the stacking HP passive. We can take a look, see he has 6 full feast stacks. No kills, so these feast stacks are either from the grubs or from the minions. Excuse me, so there is room to grow if he's able to probably get one more from creeps, or a little bit further. But there's no resistances. He's just building a cloth armor now at 20 minutes into the game. We have no front line on the side of Zon play, and I don't think there's room to be building with me for this match. Especially at an 0-4 score.
I will say we've been pretty critical of Lowell's build so far this season, so I do like that he's just gone straight damage in his build.
I think this is good
in this game.
I like the look.
All right, so man,
You gotta say,
Dragon on an
Marksman
engage.
buying boots, disappointing.
Yeah, well, they're just hitting. Dragon on an invade here, potentially spotted out, but he will just get away with it. So nice little steal there. As Dragon takes some of Whittle's camps. He says, hey, I remember what you did to me
felt
earlier.
The moment. He said, I'm king, troll king.
20 minutes in here. Oregano maybe a little bit too far forward, as the Encore will just swing wide. So that's a big cooldown that is down for Zon. We still are a minute and a half away from any big dragon fights, so I think pretty, a good time to try and look for a pick is kind of when you're 90 or more seconds out from a fight. Scatter the Weak does land from Lowell, a big chunk.
It's huge damage. Lowell, look for this. Why forward?
Not used.
He's scared of the team following up, but one more Q on the chase down into an Unleashed Power, and that's a dead Minty.
Minty able to get away without even having to expend his ultimate. The charm will miss because he doesn't need it. Instead, the pillar lands. Flash from Lowell trying to save his jungler. Again, holding on to that ultimate in a time where I believe it would have been essential
He never
to
quite
find
got
more
into
gold.
range, even flashing forward and unable to get the spell off. And a nice pickup from Targon after I was expecting Minty to be forced back for a tempo reset.
As a good pillar, just finding Whittle.
It's a great pillar.
Yep.
But just a little more patience on the charm next time, and that's going to land. But it's a great pick out. 5 to 14 on the board, but only a 3,000 gold advantage. So a little surprising there. Let's check in on our gold differences. We've got a 4,000 gold advantages in the top lane. We got 1,300 two Zon Plague though. Lowell making his presence known with almost 40 CS advantage. He's up 2 kills, even though Minty has 5 assists. And then Inferno really picking up plenty of gold, but it's still within 200 gold of each other for these bot lane marksmen.
Yeah, and given the fact that Agateo is 5-1, that's a pretty impressive performance.
Yeah.
In a game where your team is down in so much pressure. Inferno definitely playing a good game here. His team, he just needs a little bit of help, but they are going to find some nice stuns here onto Oregano. And Oregano, too far forward without his team, will pay the price. And that is a dead Braum just in time for the Dragon to come up. They are going to secure this scuttle here, make sure that they've got that advantage, and attention is down here. There is a teleport for TJ, and so it looks like they might just see this. Chaffle's teleport means that Zon is going to give up pressure here, and they are just going to give this dragon away. They don't need to fight it, and pretty much anywhere that Chaffles is a bad place for the rest of Zon to be, as here comes the engage. Chaffles finding Whittle right under the back line. A massive a W there from Set is going to find 2. That's a double kill going over to Dragon as TJ into the backline, but his team is already dead. It's 4 straight down for Zon as Inferno tucks tail and runs, but anywhere Chapels goes, Targon wins.
Jax, what was that? What are they doing? Zon Plague, you were not in. You were so out. And then we drop the curtain call. We drop our Cho'Gath teleport from the top side. I really don't understand what they were just doing. They had no business going for a TP in for this dragon as it dies. It's just ridiculous. I know we've got the Cho'Gath, we've got the Smite. We want to try to look for this play. But honestly, they're down an entire item tier. And I think they're throwing the match trying to go in for it right there.
Yep, I think
it's egregious.
I mean, they pay the price here for sure. And Inferno trying to get a little bit of value at least. And so they don't waste Herald. It looks like he is just going to take this Herald bot side and trying to at least get it to hit that tower. Let's see if we can curve it. Oh, he hit the wall, unfortunately. So Herald will not get used.
Rookie move. It will, of course, still push
that tower was low enough that it didn't matter. But Agateo was here trying to find Whittle. Whittle with the stun does find some nice counter damage as the ultimate comes out, and a lot of counter damage here onto Agateo. But the rest of Targon should mean that Agateo can just get away, and he is just going to walk out. He was looking, he was getting aggressive, trying to find the play. Scatter Week just missing from the well.
Yeah, I'm looking at these score lines and I'm seeing a 7-0-5, 6-0-5 top side for Targon. Chopple's a substitute, but showing that there's a reason he was the first team All-Pro for Season 2 and 3 in the top lane. And then picking this counter matchup into Cho'Gath and really pushing that hard. He's 20 CS up, but the real kicker of it is 7-0-5, and as you mentioned, anywhere he goes, they're winning the fight.
Yep. I think, honestly, if you're frank, this could be a nice blueprint on how to play going forward. Just dominate the lane. There has been no answer in this game to Chaffles, because Chaffles just dominated his lane. And you can see that when Targon has that in front of them, how simple the game is to play.
He throws one teleport down to the bot side. A Whittle guy coming under huge pressure.
A really nice play here from Dragon. A massive advantage over his opponent jungler, and just a really nice vision play is going to find a lot of damage back. Whittle, pretty sneaky, might actually be able to get out here. Ooh, Agateo just missing the time. Well, the flip side of that coin is Zon. And I gotta say, a lot of my concerns in draft are kind of valid and being verified here, as Flash from Lowell being forced by the Glacial Fissure from Oregonian. So a nice escape, but it does come at the expense of his Summoner spell. Oregonian walking up here.
Spotted out. Could be caught out as he
missed
walks
some
forward.
essential crowd control, and he will just walk away for free.
Yep.
Jungle being taken away all across the map.
Yeah, little guy keeping up in CS just barely off the back of being able to clear some waves.
He was like 20 or 30 up. He's really being starved out here as they're pretty much full caught up at this point. Trying to get his wolves here, knowing that gold is the way forward on Heimer. But yeah, just not a lot of gold sources he's finding in this game.
Yeah, I just feel like if you're going
Chaffles is going to find him here. There is flash, but he won't use it. It's another kill going over. There's a minute on Dragon, so it's kind of up to Targon how they choose to end. I do think that the fact that they've only got one game so far and they have a sub in this game, I think they'll take a nice, slow, measured approach.
Yeah, trying to take it easy, make sure they're not forcing it over too fast and overplaying their hand. Some of those overstays we saw after the double kill in the bot side for Zon play, they're riding high, 3-1.
Yep, and
so Inferno and Yoni give up a double or give the kills back over, but
it's something that we've seen Minty struggle with this season as well. And despite his team having a good game, I would say Minty has been a little bit lackluster in his individual performance. Lowell really did handle the mid lane. Specifically, so I'd like to see Minty maybe a little bit more confidence. I think he's missing that confidence on using his abilities. He's held on to his ultimate, got killed by Inferno mid.
Yeah.
I feel like he doesn't have the same confidence that he had last season. Here comes the encore out. Big CC is being landed, but TJ, the only front line, is going to be cut down, and it goes over. Dragon with a flash over the wall does find Whittle. A nice flash away, but Agateo now into the back line as Whittle and Inferno fighting for their lives. Whittle will drop. Inferno split off again, and it's 4 down again for Zon. Inferno the only one to get away alive as Targon just clean sweeping through these fights.
Yeah, like I mentioned, they're at an entire item tier advantage. Even in the lanes that are close, the mid lane, the marksman, we're just ticking over 3 items for Inferno at the end of that fight and purchasing and coming to the fight swinging. We've got 3 items completed in the top side, 4 Choffles, Dragon, and a marksman.
Facebreaker, Haymaker, and Inferno's show is going to be stopped there as it's another big set play. The flash from set coming out. And Targon's pushing through to end. If they don't end on this back, it'll be the next. But they are
Baron's
dominating this here.
So we may see just a final push with the Baron. But this game is theirs to lose at this point. Sitting at the triple Infernal Soul Point. Simon Llewellyn looking for a trade down bottom onto Dragon. We have TJ and Yoni looking for the engage as well. Flash forward, the Rupture will not land. We have a Feast come out, but he does not secure the sack for himself. Selfless TJ, as always.
That's the one.
Spirit Rush is up.
That
TJ not wanting to waste it, but will just Foxfire away. Little guy trying to make sure he keeps these camps cleared. Needs to try to keep up as much gold as possible. Sitting at 9,400 gold compared to the 13,000 for Dragon.
That's
a huge gold lead there.
It's definitely the one you did not want to give over to the support. As the big 7-kill shutdown.
Yeah.
Comes to Yoni.
Yeah, if we can look at the bot side, we've got still it's a nice 400 gold lead over to Yoni over the counterpart of Regan. So
What gold matters. Yeah. All right, so Targon onto their second Baron. There's not a way in for Zon, so unless Targon just completely give this up, and it does look like they're gonna vacate a bit of premises. But look at that as Minty finds a massive one, and the jungler of Zon is down. Yeah, he should be confident. His team is extremely ahead.
Plays.
Looking forward, lands the charm
far
on
out
a
here.
nice dash forward. Inferno going to make him pay. Can he find the kill back? That is one. What can they find forward? A beautiful Encore does land too, but Dragon now on the side. It is going to be a pretty far back pillar. They're finding so much damage. Llewellyn and Inferno on either side of this fight, but Chaffles decides now is the time. End it all. Agateo diving in. A beautiful Zanya's on the well. Just a great play there from Agateo to predict that damage coming out. They do. It's another 4 down. Another time that Inferno's the only one to get away, and another team fight win for the Targon Titans.
Yep, Inferno on the Jhin, knows how to play safe, play far back. He's got the boost of swiftness, but will he be able to defend? 4 members of Targon are pressing down upon him. Little guy respawns. We're gonna get the turrets drop down. But Chopples with the teleport forward, and now we have everything against them. Zon Plague making their final stand here in Week 5 to end the round robin. They're sitting at 3-1, and Targon are trying to claw out their second victory of the season, and they will. Week 5 to close out their round robin. They will end 2-3.